In a quiet Belgian village, a 72-year-old woman is found dead in her manor, a single gunshot to the forehead. But this wasn't a robbery. It was a setup. The crime left the property abandoned, and what unfolded next would reveal truths no one expected.
End of this road lies an abandoned house with really dark history. I'm gonna tell you about it as we walk all the way down here. Let's get on to the history really quick as we get through this. We are walking right now to a abandoned murder house. A 77-year-old woman lived in this house, and in 2012 she was murdered by a homeless man that was 33 years old. And what's sad and crazy, it was done by their own family members. And how awful that is. As far as I know, there is still police tape on the house right now. But again, we have to walk to it, and we don't want to be seen here. Yes, it is very well abandoned, and the people that do own it, because they were pretty wealthy, they're still forgot about the house and they're leaving it to rest. They don't even want to be remembering anything to do with that place right now. We're now making our way through the woods, through the forest, to get to the abandoned house. It is pretty rough to get to this house. I don't know who owns this or what this is yet, because they're still in the woods. Yeah, definitely through here. You think we're safe to go this way?
This has got to be part of the house.
Wide open. It might be alright here. That's the active house, I think. This is it. It's right here. Not that one. This one. Okay. This is the abandoned one. I think that's active, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, but this is the house. We'll check both. Either way, I know this is abandoned. We'll go in both then. This is unexpected. I know this is abandoned though. But yeah, there's the police tape. You know, we're not joking. Lamppost. Little like street light almost. Oh wow. Maybe over here. We might be good here. More police tape. It's covered now. Oh, locked. Keep looking. Oh, we were dumb. They were wide open. Yeah. Oh my God, explorers. This abandoned house is really dark and has some really scary history. Right now, I am sitting on a bed of the owner of the house who was shot and murdered in 2012. This place has been a time capsule sitting here for 13 years ever since, just as is. The history goes back in October 11th in 2012. In the middle of the night, she was just downstairs as she heard a noise deep in the back where her car was in the garage. So she went to go look, she seen nothing. She comes back into the house, she goes to the kitchen. And then the guy who was 33 years old was a homeless man who was paid by the daughter-in-law of this house owner to kill. You see, her name was Anne, and she wanted the inheritance of this house owner's money. She was greedy and wanted it all. And what happened is she paid the homeless man to come here, shoot the house owner, because she was the last one left. Her husband died a while ago, so she was living in this beautiful home by herself. One last thing. She ended up calling the police when she heard noises by the shed, because the homeless guy, was actually in the shed waiting for her to come back home. And when she called the police never came until the next day. And this house has been standing here and sitting here completely abandoned and silent for 13 years, since 2012. There was police tape around here. No one has been here since. Everyone just moved on. And the other family of that has the place now in his hands are too sick to even come here and bear what happened. So they just leave it here and pretend it's been forgotten about, like they don't own it no more. Now, the daughter-in-law's partner, who was also in on it, fled to France and stayed hidden to 2019 before they were caught. Everyone was sentenced for 25 years to life. So guys, without further ado, let's explore. On the top floor, right in her bedroom, because we also have Dave with us and Dan, and they're downstairs investigating, so I felt like I wanted my own space, and I'll start on the second floor. Now, when she died, she didn't die in her bedroom, she died in the kitchen. But this was her bed, and it's a beautiful area. You can tell this place is abandoned, but it was built perfectly. You got some, black mold, starting to form here now. But after 13 years and no one lived in it, It's pretty pristine. I have one child. I forgot if it was a boy or girl, but I'm pretty sure just by looking at some of this stuff, it was probably a boy. I never seen this Tommy Tuller. You know, all this like old retro like Belgium stuff. You know, I don't see that too often. I think that stuff's really cool. Look at this comic. I love this. I will say though, it's a very sad story. I can't believe she got out of her bed or wherever she was. She heard the noise, which actually was by the garage right down there. She can hear it. I don't know what happened. But what I'm saying is the whole thing is like she called the cops and the cops never showed up till the next day. She was already dead. We've been to a lot of houses with like incidents, but I think it's because the story was well documented. I was able to find out all the information. So that's what scares me the most here. What I noticed about this house is they were a very great family as far as you can think. I mean, I'm not sure if this is her grandkids or even her when she was a baby. It's hard to actually say. I don't think so though. Actually, no, there's no way. These pictures are great. It probably was one of her grandkids. Look at that. But I do have a picture of her. It's in the other room. I'm pretty sure this was her though. I'm gonna show you her closet really quick. Now, other explorers have came here. This place is starting to get a little bit leaked. So the information of this house is starting to go around. And because of that, people are starting to snoop around and take things or look around for some sort of valuable. All right, so this was where she put all her clothes. Yeah, that's super weird when you see this stuff. Now, I'm not sure exactly what she even did to have a good inheritance where her daughter-in-law wanted to kill her for it. But I know her husband was in some sort of business where they did a lot of farm work. Well, they traveled a lot. They did London. They have postcards all over. Greece, France. I have no idea. They all been written. You know, I don't even know. I think the stamp says 63. She had good taste in clothing. Her shoes were nice. Very sensible woman, I'd say. I wonder who this was. This is literally downstairs. That's what's creepy. That image is downstairs in the living room. And I know because of that floor. It's a very unique floor. I guess she was into sewing. A lot of people back in the day were such good sewers. Even my mom can sew good. I can't sew, and anyone else I know within this age bracket can't sew. You know what's weird too? Since 2012, I'm just generally surprised they didn't just like sell the place off. But I think it's just because the family just, they want more time. And I think so much time has passed by that they're literally like, you know what? We'll deal with it one day in our lives. And I think they just want to kind of forget this. And honestly, I would too. Their bathroom is actually really nice. I love this wallpaper in the house. This is really nice. I'd say they were pretty religious. Now this is weird. What's this? Just an old picture of a gun? And look at the hallway. This is how I know people have came and kind of like scavenged through. You know, the drawers are been broken. They took stuff for sure. Like what was in here, an instrument? It's empty now. This could have been a gun safe. This could have been where they placed a gun. Actually, I'm not exactly sure. Bunch of like rabbit fur. I think that's rabbit fur, like pelts. But yeah, inside, bunch of pictures, different board games. But like I said, it's been kind of ran through. And just if you guys don't believe me, I have to keep showing this. Mold, dust. A lot of people commenting on my stuff lately. I'm mostly on Facebook though, not on YouTube. Like, oh, there's no dust. It's not abandoned. No, it's abandoned. Wow, this is actually kind of nice. Fill that up with like, you know, your favorite lemonade on a summer day. Now this was their husband's room, but before that, it was the like child that lived here. The child ended up obviously getting older, moved out, so then the husband ended up taking this room. And then, you know, the husband and wife had different rooms, which is fine. That's super normal, actually. But what's cool about this place is there's actual photos of the property here, which is nice. Like, that's the house. That's what's cool about this. This is the inside of the house that we're in right now. And this is 1963, if I'm not mistaken. So that's what I mean. This house is super documented. So we're exploring real, true history. You can't say, oh, this and that. Like this is the stuff that I love and why I would go to different places around the world to explore, and not just the United States. Just seeing completely different stuff. That's the front of this house. This is how you get into the house. Holy crap, that is actually really cool. I want to find something more. Wow, I'm getting the chills. Look at that. Look how overgrown things are. We went around the house looking at this, and look at the car on the left right there, where my hand is. That old car, and that's where he's standing. I have to bring up something really important. As you can see, there's a lot of changes happening on this channel. And one of them is Patreon. I just redid my entire Patreon, and I want to talk to you guys about it. Now, in case you don't know, Patreon is a website where you can support your favorite creators and get rewards. It's kind of like a tip jar at your favorite coffee shop or bar. Now, this is really important. A lot of creators put their videos behind a paywall and different things like that. I never want to do that. I'm always going to drop a video one time a week, every single week, for the rest of my life on here. So if you can't afford this, don't feel bad, because I love you literally the same. But if you can support this channel with a few dollars every month, let me tell you what the money actually goes to. Because there's a lot that goes into this, and your support not only helps me, but everyone else who's watching. And believe me, explorers, this literally means the world to me. I spend all the money you guys give me on two different areas. One, production cost, and two, my team. Now, production costs are things like my flight, my hotel, and my food, gas, things like that. Now, it's like I'm not staying in 5-star hotels. I'm actually just staying in regular places. I keep things cheap, but again, it does add up. And number two is permits. It costs a lot of money to film certain locations. And number three for production costs is literally my gear. My lenses, my drones, that costs the most money, and I always upgrade every year to give you guys the best quality every single time. Now, team costs. Team costs such as, like, for one, my editor who makes these beautiful videos that you guys all love. And number two, my graphic designer. He makes every thumbnail I use for these videos. And number three, my brand manager, who literally puts everything together for me and helps me a lot behind the scenes. And there you have it, guys. I'm not making enough money on Patreon to support all that, but that's where all the money I do get goes. I'm very grateful for all those who are watching and already supporting on Patreon. You guys mean everything to me. I would not be in this position if it wasn't for any of my viewers. So once again, thank you guys so much for everything. My friends was the last person left in the house before she died. Now, these people, I don't know who they are. It could actually be the owners. You have a 1916. Nah, that can't be right. The dates don't match. So no, this is probably their grandparents, you know, the owner's parents. So if she was 77, this is probably her actual mom or dad or one of them. You know what I mean? And this is really crazy. This is a black and white picture of the house in the downstairs in the living room. That gave me the creeps because I was down there first, so I know. Nothing's left though now. No bed, no nothing. Beautiful yard though. This is what we're looking. Oh man, the chills. This is the entrance of the house downstairs, and where we are. Let me get back to that photo. Right here. Right here. We're in that room above this man right now. We are up here. So that picture was taken right there, right under here. Bizarre, I can't wrap my head around it. This is why I love urban exploring. It's so raw, so real. Anything can happen. This, I don't know what this is, but it's something about, you know, official stamp of Belgium. The president something, November 1977. But I'll just share that here for you guys. Never know, someone's like $1,000 billion ring could just be sitting here. Into their bathroom. Oh, their bathroom's really nice. I didn't expect that compared to hers. It almost was like kind of like redone or some sort. But anyways, I like this like teal. Is it teal? Like this green teal color? I'm not really sure. But look at, someone tried, you can see his fingerprints as he climbed up into here to get inside. I'm not even gonna bother. You know, people were trying to steal here. I don't need to go that in depth and explore their attic. But look how interesting everything looks. Like, they sell this at my local, like, what do they call that? Like, antique store. They'll sell this stuff at, like, antique stores. Like, no joke. People buy this stuff right now. And it's just normally here. That's what I mean. This is a time capsule. A true one. It looks big here on the outside, but the inside is really not. I think because every room is just so open up and wide that you think it's so massive. But here's the hallway from this angle. I like how they did this. That's a really cool art. All right, let's go downstairs. Now we're gonna go back downstairs where she was actually murdered, and we'll see if we can find out anything about it. But remember, she was up here, and somehow she must have had her window open, and that's when she heard the noise of the guy by the garage. So she went down here, you know, felt confident enough to actually go check like Dan said. Here's the garage, I think. I think it's right there. By the house, it's like, you know, it's touching almost. But we're gonna go down here, and I'll show you guys what's left.
Standing here, it's like you'll notice yourself when you're videoing things, it's the trees moving past the windows, like there's figures at the corner of your eye every time walking around in here.
Yeah, and you know the story is she heard the guy from upstairs, so she came down here from upstairs.
Oh, okay.
Hearing the sound from someone coming through the garage.
Do you want to see what the guy looked like?
Oh, you found the killer, like the actual what he looks like?
I found the actual.
Holy
So she sent
that is him.
Tragically murdered in her manor in Roisin, Belgium.
Holy crap.
How do you pronounce her name? How would you
I can't. I was gonna say Francis.
Because me and Dan were like, Dan got it right, and I still can't get.
Oh my god, bro, that kid looks crazy. They're all in jail now.
When you read the history on this place, it's she had one son, so she lost her husband when he was 60 odd by looking at the pictures. And her only son, married this woman. She knew she was on the inheritance. When they split up and met a new boyfriend, she found out the mother was going to change the will. So she plotted to kill the mother-in-law with her new boyfriend before she could change the will.
Holy fuck.
That's exactly what, when you're reading everything, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And that's what I meant. It's also you're right.
Why would she why would this woman randomly kill someone over inheritance? She wouldn't get it.
I know.
So it was basically before she could change it.
Yeah. Thing on the ground that actually kind of showed a mark.
So, I don't think I'm wrong on this. So when you read the script, what I was saying to Josh. So she had one son.
I don't know though. Can't really see.
Surely there's going to be exit wound, which means there should be some kind of sign of a bullet in a wall or a furniture. But again, finding a bullet in the wall is like a needle in a haystack.
I know. Right, so we just came down the stairs. And we're in this hallway. The husband's clothes is still here, and what Dave said is the husband died in his 60s, so she kept living. She was 77, so she had to live without him for over well off 10 years. But she liked to drink. There's a lot of bottles here, and she had a lot of bottles actually in the living room. But as you can see again, all her things are here. And what I like is to show you how true this time capsule is we're still in the cordless phones. I mean, we're still in the cord phones and cordless phones. That's what they were using, just to show, old school ones. But again, it has this beautiful kind of architecture when the sun is shining in and how the wallpaper looks, that beige color. Very like I said, I think it's 70s, that vibe. Look look at the state of this place. Complete time capsule. Unbelievable. Now, this would be where she heard the noise from upstairs come down, and this was the section where, she's seen the murderer and she got killed. It could have been right through the front door. Right here, this is the front entrance of their house. Or it could have been back there, because that window would show you where the shed is. I'll show you it right here. Because that's where the killer came, through the shed in the back. The garage. That's right there. So you put all the things together and it's creepy. This is her husband's liquor collection. Still pretty pristine bottles. I'm not really sure what these bottles are, if they are expensive or not, or what their taste was, but it looks good. Oh, they were Scotch and whiskey drinkers. See, I'd never really gotten into that. I've been more of a tequila drinker. I don't drink much, but when I do drink, it was tequila. But starting here, look at their beautiful living room. It's massive. This design of the house was a beautiful custom layout that they created, and it is great. And they, even this, I don't know if this was how the house was originally, and they made it from a farmhouse, and they, made it customed, or this is just how they wanted it, how they built it. They asked for this. Because this is going way back, this kind of structure. But chairs are still where they belong with the dinner table. And I love how they did that, where they added this dinner table. And then way over here, they added another one. And this one's even more mint, untouched to its finest, with the plates and forks still there. It is a good one. I love this. They're cups and mugs and things. This is nice. This is probably just like, their DVDs and movies and things like that. Yeah, VHS tapes. It's honestly, this is probably their, oh no. This is like actual movies they recorded, because I can see the Terminator, things like that. I thought maybe it was like their house movies or, something like that. Oh, I didn't even see this room. Oh, wait. Oh, it brought me back here. Okay, yeah, we were just in here. I was like, whoa, where did I go? Where did I come from? All right, if there's anything else around here. Nope. Oh, look at there. That's salt and mold. Just all their silverware. They definitely love to drink. All their cups. Glass cups, everything like that. They probably had a lot of friends over. Maybe the people on the street would come here every now and then, all get drinks and relax here. It was a beautiful place to kind of sit and chill, because this was pretty much their whole house besides those rooms upstairs. I think it was their husband, but their husband is a hunter, and he made a lot of these himself. These are all his creations. He was, he skinned them and did them himself. And it's so beautiful here, though. You hear nothing but the birds chirping. The beautiful yard, their house, the sunlight. Now, check this out. This was their dog, and they loved their dog. Right there. And they kept their dog bed still. Check this out. This is it's sad, because I don't know if their dog died or what happened, but that was their dog, and this was their dog bed. The dog slept in the kitchen. Right over here. Their dog slept right there.
Look at his name.
Oh my God, bro, I didn't even see. Jesus Christ, I didn't even see that, dude.
It didn't even get a chance to finish its tree.
That's what's sad.
That's why I sat here, I got dead upset about it, because, people die all the time, brutal ways, but animals, the fact that the animal could have been here for a couple of days before the body was found.
I know.
Sat here, probably scared, and it's not nice.
I know. And that's what I was just, doing some observation, and that's how I looked at, because you seen the dog picture frame on the fireplace of the dog? Yeah, I was deeply analyzing everything, and I was like, oh my God, that's there, that's connected to her there. It's just insane, bro. This whole house is so preserved that you can learn everything about them from just looking around here.
That's what I mean. I've been through the whole house, and then as you saw, I started back in there, and I'm seeing new things, even on what it's like I saw that. I saw the old toaster on the back. Look at that. That's a toaster.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a toaster.
That's a toaster. It's crazy.
That's a really cool
We're
toaster.
seeing new things every time you look around. That's why it's good to walk around a few times.
Yeah, and just learn. And like I said, their house that they lived in, obviously they had, you know, some decent good money, but built in this beautiful area, like their kids, their whole family, they were family people, like they invited everyone here.
Yeah, I saw the Christmas photos from inside here at the dining table.
Where oh, the one upstairs?
Yeah,
I seen that. I'm actually gonna go grab them and match it up to here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get those right now. But before I do that, guys, this is just their kitchen, because I never showed the kitchen off, but it is just a kitchen, and it is nothing fancy, but it's, you know, for what it is, everything is still preserved in their kitchen. I'm gonna go downstairs in the basement, but I think, yeah, look at that. It's completely flooded, guys. Oh my God. Oh, it smells so bad in here. That is not a good basement. Oh, that is bad still water.
Find their church.
Do you ring that? I didn't even notice that.
You would want them in my house.
They're kind of nice. Like, dinner time!
Someone bring me Pokemon cards.
Yeah. I even noticed this, but whoever poured liquor or whatever in here, look how moldy it is. That is actually nuts.
So me and David just having a talk. He said, "Can anyone guess what he did for a living?" And I'd already worked it out. He was a dentist. Upstairs.
The husband?
Yeah, the husband. Upstairs, there's a glass tooth on the side. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see that.
Maybe like this big glass tooth.
In that back room, next to the teddy bear lamp. Near the,
Oh,
near the
okay.
doors I went out the pack.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. You've got dentist model here.
And the dentist picture in the front room.
Yeah, and there's I've seen quite a few dental things in here, so I figured.
Yeah.
And that explains how he was able to afford this, because he must have been on a decent salary.
100%.
I
I just seen it right now. The cat. Can you shine your light, bro? That freaked me out. Is that real?
No, it's
like
not.
a taxidermy?
Let me check.
Oh
No,
my
it's hard.
God, that freaked me out. That was insane, bro. Look at that. Just as you were talking, doing like your outro of your video, I was like, I looked down and I seen it. I was like, holy crap.
That's what I mean. We've been studying this
Yeah.
for 2-3 hours.
I
now,
know.
and you still see new things. Like you just seen that.
That was nuts. That was nuts. So guys, I'm outside the house right now, and this is the photo of that guy that was standing right out here in the front of the house. Look at that. You can't even make out what it looks like now. And they parked the car. That was an old school car that was parked right there. Look how that looks. Walking now to the garage where the, murderer was hiding. So let's go back here. Now that we have the whole story, things do get eerie, Again, there's the police tape. So that's the garage. And I think that's an active house. I'm not sure still, so I'm trying to stay away. And we are heading right here to the garage, where I even think their car is still placed here. And that's the house. So they must have made a lot of noise getting here. Is it? Holy shit. Yeah, her car's still here, bro. I should have known, though. Everything else was still there in the house. Look at that. Her car's still here. And the trunk's open.
What the hell? I was expecting like an old rickety
Yeah.
car, not a
Well, remember 2012? So, yeah, this is probably a 2011 car or some sort.
Crazy. It would have been brand new.
Bro, it still is. Look. It's a mint. Even has a good car smell.
It does. It smells new.
Yeah. Dude, she probably got this right before she died. Look.
Yes,
It's brand new.
I can smell the brand new
Yep.
leather.
She probably got this right before she died. And it's now people are coming here, so they're opening it up. That's nuts. What were they doing here? They had like a lot of art projects or something out here. The more we think that this house is actually abandoned, which now we feel safe about looking outside. So now I could show you this house completely on both sides. So the owner's room is right there. And she heard the banging from inside the shed. And that shed has her car completely intact. Has been sitting here for like 13 years. It looks beautiful. See how loud it is? That's just Dave walking in there looking at it, and it's so loud. So you can kind of understand. But look at their house, how they modeled it. It's like really like after like a farm or something. I love this. You know what's weird to think about, bro? Is like how it feels like we're investigators, like the FBI, because everything is exactly the way it was during the crime scene.
That's what
so you
I
can
like
really,
upstairs.
yeah, because you can really put it together. You can see how they came through here and waited and made a loud sound. You know, bang something down. She heard it from her window right there. She went downstairs. He took the gun and shot her. I mean, it's insane. One of the craziest things ever here for me.
We've been to murder houses before, you know, it's not like it's an uncommon thing. But to know the full story and the place to be completely untouched like it was the night it happened, I think that's what makes it more eerie, knowing that we're kind of walking in the footsteps, literally the footsteps of the killer and the victim.
So at this house, Dave pointed out that there's holes through the ceiling, so no one's living here. So that means we're safe here now. At first, we had no idea, and that's the thing. That's the beauty of exploring. We don't know. This is our first time here, just like anyone else. So we're discovering what's going on here, just as you guys are. So it's more real. We are now packing up, we're flying the drone, and we are heading out of here. I hope you enjoyed this video. It definitely was a dark and airy one, and it was just a surreal experience to even explore and see this. You know, we go through tons and tons of different things. We've done murder houses in the past, we've done crime scenes, we've done a lot, but this is just really unique. And it was a crazy thing to see a whole time capsule, like again, and just to view it one more time, it's just insane. Yeah, rise above, just get out there and explore. Peace and thanks for watching.
Thanks to all my Patreon members who support these videos, but especially Urban Legends, Maddie Godbold, Melissa Valine, Stefano Magadino, The First, Haunted 1821, Jason, Voices from Beyond, Skylar Gidry, Jessica Hebden, Echo, Misty Graham, Tim F., and Mr. Anderson.